I'll call this meeting on Monday, June 24th, Jamestown City Council voting session to order. The clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Here.
Brackman. Here. Paternity.
Here.
Reynolds.
Present.
Faulkner.
Present.
Bonfiglio.
Here.
Diversa.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
And President Bowles.
Here. This time, everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag and remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered tonight by the Reverend Dr. William Blair from the New Creation Assembly of God.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please pray with me. Our Heavenly Father, you visit the earth and cause it to overflow. You greatly enrich it. The stream of God is full of water. You prepare their grain, for so you prepare the earth. You water its furrows abundantly. You settle its ridges. You soften it with showers. You bless its growth. You have crowned the year with your goodness. Lord, your intention is to bless us and to provide abundance in all good things. We thank you for your grace and goodness. May your face shine continually on us so that we might reap the benefits of your grace and that you be known and revered in our community. We give you our lands, our homes, our labor, and our city. Look with favor upon us. Protect our citizens and our leaders and enrich our community so that we might be a blessing to those who are around us. We give thanks to you and honor your name as we endeavor to serve Jamestown and its region. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Do I have approval of the minutes from the May 20, 2024 voting session?
So
moved. Do you have any messages from the mayor?
We do. Council members, in pursuance of section 523A of the real property tax law, I do hereby nominate Joelle Washer, 34 Severn Parkway, Jamestown, New York, to be appointed as a member of the Board of Assessment Review in and for the city of Jamestown, New York. The term for which said appointment is to be made will expire September 30th, 2028. Kimberly A. Eckert.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to suspend the rules and vote tonight?
moved.
So moved by Councilman Russell. Will the clerk please poll the council on the suspension of the rules?
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Aye. Paternity.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio.
Aye.
Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bowles.
Aye. Do I have a motion to approve the appointment?
So moved.
So moved by Councilman Sheldon,
Second.
second by Councilman Reynolds. The clerk please poll the council on the appointments.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Aye. Paternity.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Aye. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Bowles.
Aye. At this time, I give opportunities for people to address the council. If you'd like to address the council this evening, please step up to one of the mics, give your name and address, and limit your remarks to 5 minutes. Is there anyone who would like to address the council this evening?
Good evening, Mrs. Mayor and the City Council. My name is Bill Kessler. I live at 600-2 Baker Street, Jamestown, New York. And I'm here this evening to, talk about laws. And this nation, this state, this city are governed by law, and it applies to all the citizens that live in this country, in the state, in the city. I've lived on Baker Street for 20 years. I grew up in Jamestown when the population was almost double what it is today. I worked for the Parks Department for 3 summers when I was in college. We didn't have all the heavy equipment that the city has today. We had a bunch of pickup trucks and ladders and hand mowers. And I think the city looked as good then as it does today. We had policemen that were protecting the taxpayers. We had them on foot, we had them on motorcycles, and we had them in cars. Today, we have them all in air-conditioned SUVs. So they're living much more comfortably than they did back then. Today, we have many more paid employees that should be spending more time protecting the taxpayers and living on the outskirts of the city, I noticed that the inner light is extending in all directions outward from the city. South Main Street, Broadhead Avenue, Prospect Street, where we live on Baker Street. Everything is spreading in an outward direction. And that's probably why the population is going down. People are tired of paying taxes for the protection that we're getting. The speed limit where I live is 30 miles an hour. Yet the people from the inner city come through our neighborhood and at speeds of up to 80 miles an hour. With poor mufflers, on their cell phones, on their motorcycles, racing through our neighborhood at unreasonable speeds. The motorcycles are just screaming. And I think if we listen here at City Hall, we could hear them going out Baker Street. In the 20 years that I've lived on Baker Street, I've seen very few speeding tickets or any types of tickets issued for not abiding by the laws that we've established for that 30-mile-an-hour speed zone. I don't know our new councilman, but I voted for him because the previous council person, I called her 30 times, no results, no change whatsoever. And I voted for the new councilman because it's probably going to take him at least 2 years to get comfortable in his job. He'll probably never call and introduce himself to me, and that's perfectly okay with me. But I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Philadelphia, I've lived in Detroit, and I knew who my alderman was. They'd come out through the neighborhoods and say, can we make anything better? Do you have any complaints, Mr. Taxpayer? Another thing we have on Baker Street is a truck with a cross through it. Does this apply to Class 8 trucks, Class 7 trucks, Class 6 trucks? I see semis going by, gravel trucks, cement trucks, all over the speed limit, along with school buses. The taxpayers are really tired of being ignored. So we watch the population dwindle, or we can enforce the laws on the books, or we can continue to enable the people that don't want to work, that don't abide by the laws. That's up to the citizens that are willing to stay and continue to support the BPU, pay their taxes on time, or we can establish more non-for-profits, ignore the laws, and see the population decline. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
My name is Melissa Pennernitti. I reside at 346 Falconer Street. This weekend opened my eyes about some things. Someone asked me if they could refer to me still as a girl. I was perplexed, to say the least, but I answered yes, wondering where that was coming from. This whole new way that people want to put labels on everyone, I'm not about labels. But after a small conversation, later I find out about an article in the Post-Journal about the pride flag, along with attacking Mayor Eklund. This coming from a straight person that doesn't like her. One thing that this person doesn't know is that the former mayor took it upon himself most of the time to raise a flag in the plaza without conversations, without people's input. Today, after I wrote this long article to talk to you guys, I did some research and I looked back. And in 2020, the former mayor raised a flag on Coming Out Day, which was in October. And then again in 2021, there was nothing on the city's page. Then in 2022, there was nothing on the city's page about Pride. Again, then in 2023, the former mayor put something up about Pride. In that whole month, all he did was campaign on the city's website. So I'll get back to what else I wrote. Raising the flag was a political opportunity right on the city's property, bringing candidates that were running for political office. If you're not aware, this is against campaigning regulations to use taxpayers' property to campaign. The flag raising, in my opinion, took place exactly where it needed to be this year, a place of history at the Jackson Center. When Mayor Eklund took office, she made it very clear that she was only raising the flag at City Hall for government flags. And she's sticking to her word. And I respect that. If you do for one, you have to do for all. So if the people complaining about the pride flag not being raised at City Hall, that puts the mayor, that puts the city in a position that what if somebody wants to come and hang the Confederate flag? What does she do then? Does she say yes? So that's my thing. Which brings me to talk about the City Hall lights. And what an amazing addition it brings to celebrating and bringing life to the city downtown. Personally, I love them. I love them. I think more and more people are starting to love them. They bring a true meaning. So in the article, it said something about, the mayor not technically overtly not being homophobic or racist. And that line just pissed me off. Because she made sure that City Hall was lit up pride colors. She made sure that Juneteenth and the Jamestown graduation got lights lit up. Anyone is allowed to request the lights. It's been publicly known to the whole city that if you want the lights lit up, they'll light them up for you. You just have to ask. So this person speaking out in this article in the Post-Journal, the way he spoke out was outlandish. It was just drama trying to bring attention. I'm not speaking for Mayor Eklund, I'm speaking for myself. And after reading this article and knowing who wrote the article and thinking about the hatred that has come to the city of Jamestown over these last years, and that man is one of the people that speaks no hate in Jamestown. Yet I've seen time and time again, we need to stop the hate because it spreads like cancer. Forcing people to believe your beliefs, agendas, is distasteful. Pressuring and slandering them because they didn't do what you wanted is uncalled for. Sometimes you can only fight for a cause with just tendency that actually becomes the very thing or type of person that you are fighting against. And thank you for your time, because I think that this is very, very important right now. We are in a time where everybody wants to change everything. And we can't continue to go on Facebook and have to read all of this hatred. It is uncalled for, and it needs to stop. So I welcome the council to pay attention and see all of this hatred and address it in your ward, in your area, because it is. It's not okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
Evening, my name is Anthony Toda, and my address is 144 Clifton Avenue in Jamestown. I'm going to state a few questions, and whether the city council answers them or not. If you don't answer them, I'm going to just keep asking them. My first question is to Ms. Sturdick, Director of the Department of Development. My question was not answered on the May 24 voting session. Why did you, Ms. Sturdick, order the immediate demolition of the burnt 59 Tower Street building, which interrupted the investigations by the Jamestown Fire and Police Department and allowed a possible arsonist to continue burning buildings in Jamestown? Now, the alternatives here is you could have cordoned off the property, put signage on there, and find trespassers that would have come onto the property. My second question is for Mayor Eklund to answer. Why the mayor refused to send me a letter upon my request explaining why the Jamestown Chief, Timothy Jackson, continues to commit criminal negligence by failing to protect neighborhoods that I'm in from vehicle and traffic infractions, thereby allowing drivers in the city of Jamestown to continually violate the law and commit more serious crimes. Chief Timothy Jackson has deliberately created a policy of prioritizing other crimes other than vehicle and traffic violations. Traffic crimes threaten pedestrians, other drivers, and could be a part of misdemeanors and felonies, especially regarding drug trafficking. My other question is, does the administration and the city council support the chief's policy of prioritizing offenses? As far as the court system in Jamestown, at least the Associate Judge Panbianco was reducing traffic infractions to parking tickets. So this court coincides with the police's favorable treatment of reckless, loud drivers in the city. And I just want to make a comment. There's a little history here with the district attorney, Smith, who handed over traffic infractions to the local governments. I'm not sure if all you are aware of that. So your corporation constantly handles traffic infractions. And the other thing about once you release this type of thing, the city of Jamestown on a parking ticket gets all the money. On a traffic infraction, they got to split the money with the state. So that could be one of the reasons why Judge Panbianco is collecting money for the city at the expense of the rest of us who are being suffered by people who are getting slapped on the wrist and paying parking fines for outrageous vehicle and traffic violations in the city. Well, the last question I have is this city council and the administration going to continue allowing crimes this 4th of July regarding illegal use of fireworks in Jamestown as the Sundquist and Teresi administrations have done in the past? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Toda, I'm just going to respond to one part of your questioning that pertains to us, because the gentleman was here tonight talking about issues of driving and speeding and noise and so forth. I just want you to know that in the last week, there has been increased details. There have been several arrests. There have been several tickets that have been issued. They have taken, and the chief himself over the weekend was in my area, on Lakeview, on Faulkner, in that area, making stops, giving tickets out. They're doing the best they can to try to stop this, or to at least to tamp it down. We are taking these things seriously and doing the best we can to enforce. It's very difficult to enforce, because again, they have to be caught at the time they're doing it. And they're chasing people around right and left. As far as the judicial system goes, we don't have any control over that. So whatever happens to them once they're fined, once they're ticketed, that's out of our hands, it's out of our control. That's an issue of the courts and the issue of the state for laws that they have on the books. But I can speak on behalf that the chief takes it very seriously, the police department's taking it seriously, and they're doing the best job they can, as well as trying to enforce as we get closer to the holiday with the 4th of July and with fireworks. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to address the council?
Can I just also comment on that? I know I went over these stats at the last work session, but obviously some of the people in this room were not at that work session. The stats that I'm about to share with you was from one police officer. It's the nuisance police officer for the Jamestown Police Department. His job is to deal with situations traffic infractions, and basically quality of life issues in the city of Jamestown. Now, there's a plethora of things that this officer has written. It's actually multiple pages long, these stats, but I'm going to go ahead and just read a few of them. This one officer has written 43 tickets for loud music coming from a vehicle. This one officer has written 31 tickets for loud music from a residence. This one officer has written 68 tickets for loud exhaust. This one officer has written 18 tickets for aggravated unlicensed operation in the 3rd degree. This one officer has written 8 tickets for aggravated unlicensed operation in the 2nd degree. This one officer has written 7 tickets for fireworks violations. This one officer has written 9 tickets for open container, consuming alcohol in public. This one officer has written 26 tickets for trespass, majority in parking ramps. This one officer has served 28 warrants, including 7 Department of Development warrants. This one officer has written a ticket for discharging a firearm within city limits. This one officer has written 3 tickets for illegal burn. This one officer has written 28 tickets for bicycles on sidewalks. I could go on and on and on down this list. There's multiple pages with this officer and his proactivity that he has done over this past period from May 27th of 2023 to June 10th of 2024. As a former police officer of the city of Jamestown myself and a police officer for 23 years, I can say that the men and women of the Jamestown Police Department do an absolutely outstanding job for this community. They are often overwhelmed by the call volume and are often understaffed. Back when I started, there was roughly 78, 75 police officers on the force. There's about 61 police officers now working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So they also answered over, I believe it was, and the chief can correct me, I think 40,000 calls last year. It was an all-time high. Call volume has increased greatly since I was at that department 6 years ago. So they are doing the best job that they can with what they have. Yes, crime has increased in my personal opinion. Quality of life issues, I agree with this gentleman as far as the creep of decay has increased. I've seen it in my own neighborhood. But to continuously attack the Jamestown Police Department for not doing their job or saying that things aren't being done or tickets aren't being written, I just gave you an example of one police officer's proactivity, and I would disagree with that sentiment that they're not doing their jobs and that they're not doing the best that they can, because they are. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on. Are there any presentations of petitions or communications? We will now move on to reports from our standing committees. We'll start with our Finance Committee, and the first 4 resolutions will be sponsored by Councilman Faulkner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing payment of the regular audit.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman.
Aye.
Petternitty.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio.
Aye.
Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Holmes.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Highmark Life Insurance Company for a specific excess stop-loss insurance policy for the period June 1, 2024 through May 31st, 2025 in the amount of $175,000 and no cents.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman.
Aye.
Petternitty.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio.
Aye.
Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Holmes.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. The following resolution I have a question about. Did it get cut off or was it changed? The actual resolution has more to it than that.
I believe it was a typo in the,
Okay.
I think it got cut off when the agenda was created.
Is the actual amount $7,741.89?
I believe so. That's correct, right? Darren?
Just read the
resolution.
yeah, the backup.
Okay.
I I have the full one.
The actual resolution.
Yeah, that'll be easier. Read this one.
Yeah, it got cut off.
Thank you.
I have a resolution, or be it resolved that the city of Jamestown accepts the request for the purchase of 38 chairs to replace chairs in the mayor's conference room, city council chambers chairs, and the mayor's desk chair at a cost of $5,891.43. The purchase of one desk for the comptroller's office with file storage and a hutch at a cost of $1,850.46. Furniture purchase not to exceed a total cost of $7,741.89, purchased using available American Rescue Plan funds.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dolls.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the Jamestown Police Department to enter into a purchase agreement with I2C Technologies for 3 GX400 covert surveillance solution pole cameras for an amount not to exceed $22,640.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dolls.
Aye. The next 5 resolutions out of finance will be sponsored by Councilman Sheldon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze to allow for the hiring of 4 full-time firefighters in the fire department. Funding is included in the 2024 general fund budget.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Dolls.
Aye.
I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Mark Rutherford Jr. PE to purchase one 1990 M936 A2 hydraulic wrecker crane rotator recovery truck, 5-ton from Eastern Surplus and Equipment Company for a total amount not to exceed $42,475.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dolls.
Aye.
I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze to allow for the hiring of one laborer position in the Department of Public Works. This position is vacant as a result of retirement and it is in the budget.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dolls.
Aye.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with R. County Concrete Excavating for street reconstruction 2024 on Holton Street, Colfax, from Colfax Street to Sampson Street for a total bid amount of $87,700.00. This project will be funded through CHIPS funding.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Dolls.
Aye.
And finally, I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and Mark Rutherford Jr. PE to hire Sewers Crane Design and Services to design, build, and install the underhung 5-ton crane at the fleet maintenance building for a total amount not to exceed $99,954.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I do, I have a question regarding the periodic qualifications. I talked to Mr. Reitzer about that at the last session, and I was hoping that we'd have some answer to that.
That has to be inspected and certified yearly,
Okay?
and we got a quote from the company who's building the crane, and it's $500 to $600 a year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Pedernitti.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Bonfiglio. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
And President Dolls.
Aye. That concludes our resolutions from finance. We'll now move on to public safety. There's one resolution which will be sponsored by Councilman Russell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the county of Chautauqua to allow the county's mobile health vehicle to park in approved parking locations and other city locations for the purposes of holding events and providing services without being towed, ticketed, or disturbed by the City Parking Enforcement of Jamestown City Police, subject to approval by the Corporation Council as to form.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Peternity?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Yes.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Bonfiglio? Aye. Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Bose?
Aye. That concludes our pre-filed resolutions. Do we have any report of special committees? Any reports of city officers? Reports from council persons on administrative boards? Okay. Any unfinished business? Any new business? We do have one. Just the ordinance, right, okay. So under new business, we do have one ordinance, and that will be sponsored by Councilman Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have an ordinance going in place amending chapter 193-16 of the Code of the City of Jamestown entitled Parks and Public Lands, Smoking in City Parks and Recreation Areas.
Thank you. Is there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Peternity?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Yes.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Bonfiglio? Aye. Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Bose?
Aye. Thank you. That concludes our resolutions under new business. Is there any other new business for the council? Anything else? Just one quick comment. With the holiday coming up, there will be no meeting next week on the 1st. We have one scheduled work session, which will be the 8th, and if there's a need for an additional one, we'll use the 22nd. Correct, okay. And then the voting session in July will be the 29th, which is about a month from today. So there's only one scheduled work session, which will be 2 weeks from tonight. And if there's enough business and there's a need to have another work session, we will have it on the 22nd. So that's that. And then just want to take a brief moment to, as we enter graduation season, I want to congratulate all the graduates. Jamestown had their graduation last week, and the other schools are all taking suit this week, Thursdays and Fridays and over the weekend. So congratulations to our young people, and wish them well in their endeavors.
And congratulations on your retirement for, what, over 3 decades of teaching at Jamestown High School.
I survived 35 years. If you do the math, that's about 3,500 students, not including all the other things I did. But, yeah. And I try to remember all the names, but I can't remember.
Mr. Dulce's life has been about public service, and I respect him greatly for that between this council and also working all those years at Jamestown High School.
It's a bittersweet moment, but it's been great. I'll be around. I'm still going to teach courses in the summer, and I also will be coaching still in the fall, so maybe filling in and who knows what else, but it won't be the daily regimen that I'm used to. It's going to be hard on Wednesday when I have to lock my door for the last time and give my key up. I've been in that wonderful big room on the south side for 32 of the 35 years, I think it is, so it's going to be a weird feeling, but looking forward to the next chapter. I'll still be here, so not going anywhere. Anything else for the council? If not, everybody have a fun, safe, healthy, happy 4th of July. And